customer service plays a very important role here because it is all about how you make the customer or how you break the customer for your retail service. So these are store-based retailers. So under that, so first is about ownership. Under that, first is independent retailers. A retailer is a person who is going to start the phase with the introduction of the product into the market. So this is called the entry phase. Hello everyone, I'm Vaishnavi, Faculty of Commerce in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence. In today's class, we are going to learn about the introduction of the retailing. This is the agenda. So, introduction of the retailing, characteristics of the retailing, functions of the retailing, and types of the retailing, and wheel of retailing and retail life cycle. Okay. So, starting with the introduction. So, what is a retailing? So, retailing is a very big industry which contributes like more than 10% of its economy to the GDP of India, as well as so it also provides more than 8% of the employment opportunities to the people in India. So as per the statistics, 1 out of every 5 people are working under the retailers. That is the impact that it has caused on the economy of GDP of an India. So it is very important to understand the retail industry. So the retail management is all about studying and managing of the retail operations by a retailer. Okay. So here there are two terms. Okay. First is retail and next is management. So we'll understand each term one by one. So what is a retail? So retail is all about, it's a transaction between the retailer and the consumer regarding the goods or services. Okay, it is all about how the retailer is going to provide the service to the consumer, and in return what the consumer is going to give it to the retailer. So it is all about the transaction about the particular retailer and to a consumer. Then while coming to the management, so management is all about how you plan and execute the mode of operations of your retail sector or your retail outlet so that the consumer is having the ultimate shopping experiences. So in a short form, retail management is all about, it is all about the planning and executing of the different mode of operations by the retailer regarding the transaction of the goods or service to the consumer so that the consumer is going to get the ultimate shopping experiences from the retailer. So that is about the basic introduction of the retail management. So we'll see the characteristics of the retailer. So first is about direct interaction with the consumers. So retailers are the people who will be having a direct interaction with the consumers because they are the persons who are going to sell the goods and service to the customer. Okay, there will be a direct interaction between the consumer and the retailer. Next characteristics about sale volumes are larger in quantities but less in monetary value. Retailers are the persons who purchases the goods from the manufacturers in a larger quantities with a lesser price or with a wholesale price. Okay, so they are the persons who will be purchasing the larger bulk kind of goods from the manufacturer at a lower price or at a lesser monetary value. So next characteristics is about, so customer service plays a vital role here. So here, as there is a phrase called customer is the king. So he is the person who will be experiencing the ultimate shopping experiences either from the retailer or from the manufacturer. So customer service plays a very important role here because it is all about how you make the customer or how you break the customer for your retail service. Next characteristics is about sales promotions are offered at this point only. So the retailers are the persons who are having the risk or responsibility of conducting the advertisement strategies or marketing strategies or any sales promotions regarding the product to the consumers. Next characteristics of retailer is about retail outlets are more than any other form of a businesses. So they, as I have told in the introduction part itself, they are the most important form of businesses which provide you more percentage of the economy or more percentage to the GDP. So they are one of the important form of a businesses. Next is about location and layout are critical factors in retail businesses. So why it is important? Because retail location is a place where there will be more number of people will be walking in and walking out in your retail stores. That is, there will be more traffic into your retail store. And outlet is also, I mean, layout is also one of the important one, because depending upon the layout, so you are going to the quality of the consumers is also going to depend on it. Okay, so next characteristics is about it offers employment opportunity to all kind of an ages. So retail outlets are the important, and they are the industry that provides you the employment opportunities to the people in India. So as I have mentioned, so 8% of the population in India has been working as an employers for retailers, or it also provides the employment opportunities to the people. So it is also one of the important factor in creating the economy, and also it is important factor in creating the job opportunities to the people in India. So these are the characteristics. Next, moving on. So we'll learn about what are all the functions of a retailer. So, or what the functions of a retailing. So first thing is about understanding the needs of a customer. Okay, so we are the consumers will be having different kind of needs in our daily life. So we need, like say for example, if you wake up early in the morning, so you need a toothpaste or toothbrush for your oral hygiene. So there is a need for it. So after you have completed all your basic hygiene needs in your home, the next thing you are going to come to college. So for coming to the college, you need a vehicle or you need a transportation. So here also arises the need. After coming to the college, you need some notebooks or textbooks to understand the concept. So manufacturing the paper or manufacturing the books is also one of the important need here. So like this, so for a consumer, it will be having a different kind of needs and wants for a consumer until his end of his life cycle. So retailers are the persons who will be fulfilling the needs and wants of the customer by understanding what they need, what are the customer needs and wants, and what they need in their daily life. So that is the first and main function of a retailer. Next is buying and assembling. So retailers are the persons who buy the products from the manufacturers and they assemble the goods in a proper layout or in a proper retail outlet. Okay, this is the main important function of a retailer. So he is the person who is going to buy the bulk of goods from a manufacturer, and the retailer is going to sell the goods to the people who are in need of it. So that means he is going to assemble those purchased goods from the manufacturer at a proper place. Okay. Next function is about breaking the bulk. Okay. So this is the most important function of a retailer. So a retailer is the person who purchases the bulk items from the manufacturer or from the wholesaler, and he is going to sell the single items to the consumers for the personal use, not for any business use. Okay. This is the proper transactional cycle of a retailer. Okay, so a retailer is a person who always breaks the bulks and sells the single goods to the consumer. Next is about warehousing or storing. One of the important function of a retailer is about storing the goods that you have bought from the manufacturer. Okay, so through warehouses or through cold storages or through any buildings that you have bought. So the retailers are the persons who are going to store those kind of goods in a secure place, and they are going to sell the goods to the customer. So here the retailers are having the own risk regarding the storage of the goods, whether it might be natural risks or whether it might be unnatural risks. Okay, so it is all about storing and warehousing of the goods and selling the goods to the consumers. Next function is about selling. So one of the important function or the basic function of a retailer is about selling the goods to the consumer. Next is about risk bearing. So as I have told, retailers are the persons who are the whole risks bearers, because so they are the persons who will be purchasing the goods from the manufacturers in a bulk, and they're going to storing it for a period of time, and then they're going to sell it to the people depending upon the demand and depending upon the sale of the goods. Okay, so till that, so they are the persons who are going to bear the all kind of risks for it. So whether it might be any natural risks or unnatural risks. Next function is about grading and packing. So this is also one of the important function of a retailer, is to is to maintain the grading or brand image of a manufacturer, as well as packing of goods to the consumers. So here the retailer is a person who purchases the bulk kind of goods from the manufacturer. Okay, so during that time, manufacturer may or may not provide the packing facilities to the retailer. So it is a responsibility of the retailer to pack the goods in a proper way and to distribute to the consumer. Like, say for example, when you have purchased the goods from the Amazon, so there will be an utmost packing experience for you. All the goods or any kind of an item that you have purchased, it has been properly wrapped in a bubble wrap, so and it has also been safely placed in a carton box, and then a proper seal will be there. So why? Because packing is also an important aspect for a retailer, because safeguarding the item is also important, and that gives a ultimate customer satisfaction to the consumer as well. So packing is also one of the important function of a retailer. Next is about collection and supply of market information. As I have mentioned, so retailers are the persons who will be having a direct contact with the consumers. So they will be having the most market information about the likes and dislikes of the consumers, what they are actually preferring, customer preferences, and any kind of suggestions that has been given by the consumer. So he act like a bridge between the manufacturer and the consumer regarding the delivery of the likes and dislikes and perceptions of the consumer to the manufacturer. Next function is about helps in introducing the new products. So as I have mentioned, so retailers are the persons who will be acting like a bridge between the consumer and the manufacturer. So retailers are the persons who helps to share the information regarding the customer perceptions or any suggestions that helps the manufacturers also to launch any kind of new products into the market. Next is about window display and advertising. So the retailer are the persons who are having the responsibility of displaying of the goods to the customer and doing the advertisement services as well. Like, say for example, if you take an example of Croma is one of the most leading retail outlet for electronic items. So Croma is one person. They purchases the bulk of goods from different electronic service providers like Samsung, Sony, Apple, LG, etc. Okay, so these kind of main leading retailers, electronic goods are there. So they purchases the goods from them, and they assemble all those goods in their own retail outlet, and they are going to give you the different advertisement strategies. Like, say for example, if it is now we are having Christmas, so during the Christmas time, so if you are going to purchase any kind of a product from them, so like if you are going to bill the electronic good for ₹5,000, so you are going to get the 1,000 rupees Bluetooth speaker for free, like that. So these kind of advertisement strategies are being implemented by the retailer itself. Next is about types of retailers. So we have different types of retailers. So there are store-based retailers, non-store based retailers, and service-based retailers. So we'll see one by one what are all those. First thing is about ownership-based one. So under that, independent retailers. So these are store-based retailers. Store-based. So these are store-based retailers. So under that, so first is about ownership. Under that, first is independent retailers. So these kind of retailers are where you see them every day in near your home. Those are neighborhood stores. So wherein a small shop is being opened, like Kirana stores, and the owner of the retail outlet is the person who is going to run the business. So they are the independent persons, and their business will be again inherited to their offsprings. So like that, they'll be having their own independent businesses. So those kind of retail outlets will be called as independent retailers. Next is chain stores. Chain stores is all about, like, say for example, in Mysore we have different chain stores from regarding the grocery stores, that is Loyal World. So under the Loyal World, so there is the same owner and the same kind of mode of operation will be there at a different store locations. This is called as chain outlets, where under the same ownership, under the same owner, different outlets are being opened, and the ownership is being only based on the on that particular single owner. That is called chain owners. Next, about franchises. You know about the franchises. So franchise is all about, like, it's a agreement between two people, franchisor and the franchisee, wherein the franchisee is a person who is going to run the business on the basis of the brand name that has been created by the franchisor, and it's a contract between them, and whole mode of operations and whole ownership is being maintained by the franchisee itself, and whatever the sales and whatever the income that the franchisee is going to arise, that will be given to the franchisor on a percentage basis based on the contract what they have agreed. So this is called franchise retailing. And then next is customer cooperative stores. So these are the kind of cooperative stores that has been set up by the government for the welfare of the society. They also provide the products for a lesser market price as comparing to the current market prices. Like, say for example, we have one of the outlet that has been opened by the government of India regarding the medicines. So we have a retail outlet there where you can go and buy the medicines for a lesser prices. So these will be called as a cooperative stores. So next is about merchandise based retailing. So under that, convenience stores. So these kind of convenience stores, the name itself we can tell convenience. So it will be easily convenience for you, convenient to you at nearby your neighborhood. Will be open for 24/7. So it will be open for 24/7, and wherein you can walk into those kind of stores and you can buy any kind of groceries or any eatable items. So like, say for example, in Japan, so there are different kind of convenience stores as Family Mart, etc. So those kind of stores will be open for 24/7, and they provide the service to the consumer regarding the eatable items, groceries, any kind of daily consumption goods are readily available in those kind of retail outlets. Those will be called as a convenience stores. Next, about supermarkets. Supermarkets, you know about it. So these are the kind of markets which is having a proper square foot. So that is 20,000 to 50,000 square feet. So supermarkets are the kind of a retail outlet which is having a retail outlet layout as to 20,000 to 50,000 square feet, and they also provide the basic FMCG goods to the consumers. That is about the supermarkets. Next, hypermarkets. Hypermarkets are the markets which is having more than 50,000 square feet. So that is like 50,000 to 1,20,000. So hypermarkets are the kind of a retail outlets which is having the layout of 50,000 to 1,20,000 square feet, and they're having multi-storage buildings. Like, say for example, different kind of malls what you visit. So in your city, there will be different malls, and there will be huge square feet for each and every retail outlet, and they're having multiple options in a single place. Those will be called as a hypermarkets. Next is specialty stores. Specialty stores are the stores wherein the retailer is going to sell a special kind of goods or a special kind of category. Like, say for example, furniture. So in a furniture store, you are going to get all the different kind of furniture related items like dining table, chairs, or any kitchen related items, or etc. So it is specifically designed, or it is specifically opened for furniture related goods. Like, say for example, we have Royal Oak, we have Pepper Fry. All these kind of retail outlets are for specialty stores. Next is departmental stores. So departmental stores are kind of a stores which are having more than 1,20,000 square feet, and it is also having the different kind of floors in that, and different kind of options also will be available in those kind of stores. That will be called as departmental stores. Next is factory outlets. So the name itself, it is telling you the factory outlets, wherein the manufacturer itself is going to open these kind of outlets nearby the factory, and you are going to get those kind of excess productive goods in those kind of outlets for a cheaper prices. Like, say for example, we have Puma factory outlet, Nike outlet, Adidas factory outlet. So all these are the factory outlets, examples of it. Next is about catalog showrooms. Catalog showrooms are the showrooms where for each and every product will be given a product code, color or any representative name for it. Like say for example, your interior design showrooms. So here the each and every product will be represented in a code name, and it is also will be having the color, and you can also choose any kind of different textures of for your interior designing. So and it is also been given into a proper brochure. Okay, so those kind of outlets will be called as a catalog showrooms. Next is about non-store based retailing. That is first is about mail orders, postal orders, or e-shopping. So these kind of non-store based retailing are called as e-commerce related sites. Like say for example Amazon. So under the Amazon, so there are different kind of manufacturers are there, and manufacturers will be directly selling the goods to the consumer. So those will be called as D2C brands. So and wherein the manufacturer will be directly dispatching the goods to the consumer without any kind of retailers or a wholesaler. So those will be called as the e-shopping retail commerce retail outlets or online stores. Next about telemarketing. So this is about like services that that is been provided by different service providers. Like say for example, you might be getting a call. So you will be getting the calls regarding from the credit card service providers, loan service providers. So they'll be calling you and they'll be telling about the features about their plan, and they'll request you to apply for loans or any credit card facilities. So those kind of calls will be called as a telemarketing calls. Next is automated vending machines. So these kind of vending machines wherein there is no dedicated person will be there. Machine will be installed, and you can directly purchase the goods from the machine by dropping the amount into the machine, and it is about robotic, and it is going to give you the product that you have selected. So these kind of automated vending machines are being more famous in the in Japan countries. There will be no dedicated person for that particular outlet. So these are the non-store based retailing. Next is service based retailing. So service based retailing, under that we have sole proprietor concern. So sole proprietary concern is like normal basically that you have learned about it. So sole proprietary is he's the single individual who will be running the business for a period of time, and he is the one person who is having the he's the one person who's taking the profits and risk bearing. Next about partnership. So partnership is about a deed or a contract between two people wherein they'll be coming under the same objective, and they are going to do the operations under the partnership name. Next is about limited company. Any company that has been registered under the Companies Act, and it has been providing the service to the people, just having a proper address, and then proper mode of operation is there, and a proper promoter, board of directors and investors, all these people are involved in it. So these kind of companies will be called as the limited company. So these are the different kind of retailers which are there in retail management. Next is about wheel of retailing. So the wheel of retailing, so there are 4 stages under this. So it's about like a circle. It's about the name itself is telling you the wheel of retailing. It's a circle of a retailing. So we'll see one by one what is all about. First is about like a entry phase. So entry phase, so under that a retailer is a person who is going to start the phase with the introduction of the product into the market. So this is called the entry phase, wherein retailer is going to provide different kind of services for the people, and there will be very less product line for it. Like say for example, if you are a chocolate manufacturer, okay, so you want to enter into the market. So first thing what you are going to do is like you are going to introduce your product into the market by manufacturing small toffees like 1 rupee toffees or 2 rupee toffees. So that is like how you are going to introducing about your product in the market. This is called entry phase. In this kind of phase where you will be having the less competition on it, and you are having less resources, and you are also having less manufacturing plant, and your output is also very less, and you are also keeping the nominal monetary value for each and every product. This is about the entry phase. Next is about growth phase. Under this growth phase, so this is second phase wherein the retailer have gained some brand reputation in the market, and it has got some recognition in the market, and people also started to consume your products daily. So during this phase, so the retailers they are going to introduce new kind of product line. Say in the previous case, I have given the example of a chocolate manufacturer. So if you are a chocolate manufacturer, starting in introduction phase, you have started with the production of toffees. Next, in the growth phase, after you have got good market value and after you have got brand reputation, next phase is about you are going to introducing new kind of product, like you have started to manufacture chocolate bars or protein bars or chocolate protein bars, etc. Under this growth stage, so you will be having moderate kind of competition, and you are going to improvise your monetary values, that is your profit values, and your production has also increased, and your factory plant has also have growth into the proper stage. This is about the growth stage. Then next is about maturity phase. In this kind of phase, wherein you have got a highest brand reputation and highest goodwill into the market, wherein people started to recognize you and larger number of people have started to consume your product. And under this phase, there will be higher competition, and another new kind of entries will be penetrating into the market, that is new kind of competitors will be penetrating in the market, and during this phase you are going to concentrate on higher profits and higher production of the product. This is about the maturity phase. Next is about decline phase. So under this you will be having you have got the saturation period. So next is about, you are going to get a decline into the product share into the market, wherein people started to switch to your substitute product, and you will be having utmost highest competition on the market, and you will be starting to improvise some marketing strategies to protect your market share in the current market. So this is about the decline phase. These are the 4 stages of the wheel of retailing. Next topic is about retail life cycle. So this is same like a product life cycle, which is also having the same kind of stage, that is innovation, maturity, and decline stage. We'll see one by one. So first phase is introduction phase. So under this phase, so a new product will be introduced into the market. It is also having a rapid management, and also the manager will try to introduce new kind of strategies into this particular stage. This is about introduction one. Next is about growth stage. So under this growth stage, you will be having the highest competition on it, and people started to recognize about your brand, and it also rapid increases in sales. So wherein your turnover also will be increased on this kind of stage, and it also provides they'll be also having a few competitors into the market. Next is about maturity stage. Under this stage, the product have reached to the highest maturity stage, and then you're having the most number of competitors into the market, and people also started to use the substitute product other than you. They also started to have a watch on what kind of other product lines have been introduced by the retailer. So under this growth stage, they'll be having the highest profits, and you're also going to invest more and more on production of the output. Next phase is about decline phase. So the same like a wheel of retailing. So under this, so once you have got the saturation, and then you're going to decline or stop the production of it, and you're going to start the new product line is been introduced, so that your market is been maintained in the market. So this is about the decline phase. So under the next session, so you are going to learn about what is the consumer behavior in the retail business. So why it is important to study the consumer behavior, and what are the factors that you need to consider while studying the consumer behavior. Thank you so much. We'll meet you on the next session.